accuracy with all of its attacks. Its damage is based off of it's not like huge in the fact that it has hard hitting attacks. It's got a lot of DOT more like, and it's got Soul Drain, which makes it so the more enemies are around you and you use Soul Drain, then the higher your damage bonus will be. So instead of just build up, it's the more foes you have around you, and it can be better than build up sometimes, and sometimes it can be worse than build up, depending on how many people you get. Dark Consumption is a end draining power that makes it so however many opponents are around you, you suck end, and it gives end to you, which is pretty cool. Dark Melee tends to be a little bit on the end drain side. Dark Melee is the only Scrapper primary that has a fear. I like Dark Melee. It's very good in PvP. People like to use it for that. People like to put a lot of procs in it, just things that do extra damage, that has a chance to do extra damage into the attacks. It can do a lot of damage. It's a lot of single target though. There's like no AoE in Dark. Elec is probably one of my favorites. Maybe my favorite because of its tier 9 Lightning Rod. Lightning Rod's like one of the most badass powers in the City of Heroes universe. It's got the typical build up, your typical single target taunt, which I do not suggest getting. It's got okay AoE because it's got Lightning Rod, and Thunderstrike does a little bit in that department, and Jacob's Ladder if you can line it up. I just like Electric Melee overall. It has end drain qualities that makes it so you know what I'm talking about, or hopefully you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, I'm not gonna just stay on Elec Melee too much, but I just love it as a power set. Moving on, we got Fire Melee. Fire Melee is great. It's got pretty decent AoE, pretty decent single target. I don't like it as much as other fire melees for like the Blaster Fire Melee and once we go on like the Tank Fire Melee, because it doesn't have quite as many AoE attacks. It's got more, so they put more single target attacks for the Scrapper version of this, but it's still really good. People like using it. I like that they proliferated the Scrappers. I just don't like that they didn't put as much AoE in it. Katana is like the less hard-hitting, faster recharging brother of Broadsword. I like Katana. I just don't like it that it doesn't hit quite as hard and it isn't quite as bursty as Broadswords. But other than that, they're both very, very, very similar. Moving on, we got Martial Arts. Martial Arts is one of the most underplayed, probably, of all the Scrapper primaries. Not that it's not good. It's just it's got some pretty cool attacks, pretty high damaging attacks. It's got some like disorients put into those attacks as well. There's nothing special. It's all smashing damage, so it's really resisted as far as a damage type goes. Nothing great about martial arts. Nothing like terrible about it, I guess. If you want to have something that does kicks and punches, and it's not really a customizable power set either, as far as I know. So, lastly, we got Spines. Spines is one of the most AoE of all the sets because it has a DOT toggle, which is Quills, which always stays on. Throw Spines is a great power. It's got build up. It's just Spines is just a great set. It does a lot of lethal, but it also does toxic damage. Toxic damage is very you can't have defense against toxic damage because it's whenever you hit somebody with the lethal part, then the toxic damage gets added on, so all you can have is resistance to toxic damage, and toxic damage even by itself isn't very resisted, so if you can stack on those toxic DOTs with all of these Spines, it's just brutal. I love spines. A friend of mine has a really cool spine scrapper. Personally, though, it's spines is one of the harder ones to use, but it's still great because you have to line up some of Spine's attacks. Other than that, that's gonna wrap it up for Scrapper Primaries. In the next video, I'm probably gonna go over Scrapper Secondaries, all their armor sets. So this has been the Let's Play City Heroes. This is El Preed signing off. If you like what you're seeing, please feel free to subscribe, leave comments, send inputs. I like people just telling me what they think. And thanks for watching. See you guys later.